Hello, my name is Leapfrog. More long story. Thanks for coming. Let's get into it.
Jettison Disneyland on Space Mountain Code 2, clear for takeoff. Go. All personnel, clear the launch platform. Space Mountain. It could really happen at Disneyland. Experience it now.
Hello, my name is Logan Shaw. Welcome to Long Story. Today we're going to talk about Space Mountain, this next historical world of context Disneyland rides. Thanks for coming. Let's get into it. Space Mountain is an indoor space-themed roller coaster in Tomorrowland at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. Opened on May 27, 1977, it was the second roller coaster built at Disneyland and was the second of the 5 versions of Space Mountain built by the Walt Disney Company. Its exterior facade is one of Disneyland's 3 mountain structures that serve as park landmarks. Walt Disney originally conceived the idea of space-themed roller coaster for Disneyland following the success of Matterhorn bobsleds, which opened in 1959. However, a number of factors including a lack of available space, Walt Disney's death, and the Disney Company's focus on building what would become Walt Disney World led to the project postponement in the late 1960s. After the early success of the Magic Kingdom Park at Walt Disney World, Disney revived the Space Mountain project and opened the first Space Mountain at the Magic Kingdom in 1975. Soon after, Disney began plans to build a smaller version of the Space Mountain at Disneyland and opened Disneyland Space Mountain in 1977. Alright, so in space, it's almost like when you're on this ride, you're being chased. It's like a running of the hour. It's like the running of the moment. It's almost like you were trying to be something in the ride that relates to a dark ride that's gone in complete and utter controlled madness. More than Alice in Wonderland. It's a ride that's specifically trying to get you to feel the hyperventilation and the hyper experience of going fast on a ride in the dark with music blaring in your ears. It's much more concrete than a rock and roller coaster because it gets you on the know-how of what it means to have a sense of a chase in line. See, in rock and roller coaster, you're chasing to get to the concert. In Space Mountain, you're chasing just to chase. It's a ride that's magnificent and something like that because at the end of the day, it makes you realize how important it is to maybe get into the realm of chasing your dreams, chasing that goal, whatever it may be. Thing is, when you chase, something happens. You have to go for what you want to go for. You have the ability to do what you want to do based on what you chase, based on what you go for by hand. Nothing is just going to fall into your lap. And I think what this ride shows is the ability to have that chase in feature of something that's magnificent. Magnificent in the rolling of what we have and what we understand as, goal setting or chase getting or go getter or something like that. This ride doesn't directly say that. This ride doesn't directly say chase after your dreams. This ride doesn't directly say do this and you'll succeed in life. It's actually something more powerful than that. The ride is called Space Mountain, which has everything to do with what the ride can reflect in terms of the name itself. The thing is, when you think about Space Mountain, there's something beautiful that comes into play every single time you ride the ride. Are you on a mountain? Is it space? What's the overall meaning of this? Well, if we look at something like Mount Everest, Expedition Everest, you're running away from a Yeti who's chasing you down to eat you for lunch. That's the main premise of that ride. When you think about Rock and Roller Coaster, you're chasing down a concert. You're trying to get to the concert in time with backstage passes. And depending on where that car takes you, you have the meaning of a chase involved to get to that concert. See, the thing is, when it comes down to this, chasing, there's no use in just sitting there wondering if the girl likes you. Go ask her out. Go ask her. The worst she can say is no. The chasing part of trying to get to school with the realm of what your age could be, you need to make sure you study. You need to make sure you work hard. Chase after that goal. Chase after that goal with hard work to get where you want to be at the end of the day. Academically, I mean. And that job, go for it. If you don't get it the first time, try it again. Work harder to see if you're more qualified for that job. If you're not, keep working. Keep working. Keep working. I don't care if you have to apply 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 times. Keep working at it until you get that job. Or work at it until you get another job. It depends on what your skill and expertise lie. But going back to the ride, this is something we need to understand about Space Mountain. It's a ride that has no definite story. It's a ride that has no definite experience, other than to give you the experience of a lifetime. If that makes sense. It's a ride in the dark with a bunch of flashing lights with more than amazing music in the background. So what is it trying to say? What is this ride trying to say? Let's go into detail.
Jettison Disneyland 1, Space Mountain Code 2, clear for takeoff.
Instrumentation.
Like I said before, this ride is meant to make a chase so important. It's to embody the principle of what the ride means, maybe as a metaphor. Not maybe as literally, but maybe as a metaphor. Because here's the thing, when you're in the ride and you're going through all the things you're going through on the ride, it feels like a chase. It feels like you're being chased. It feels like something that is so built on adrenaline, that is so built on what we feel as human beings, that makes it so interesting to make sure we have the ability to chase, to go for something, to build a relationship with something based on what we go after. And that's something that's so beautiful at the end of it, because if you really think about this, there's no other way to say it than this. Whatever you want to go for, whatever you feel is necessary to go for, whatever you feel is most rewarding to your life if you go for it. That means having a family. That means having a career after school. That means living on your own. That means going for that girl or that guy. That means being able to go on stage and sing and dance in front of everyone. Chase your dreams, because that's the only way you're going to get them. Application, of course. We are dreamers. We need to be. The only way we can live and survive off the things that we can survive off of is if we dream properly, is if we dream in time and do notice. And the thing is, dreaming is not just the one thing to do. We can dream, but we also have to chase. Nothing comes easy. You're going to fail 1,000 times, but are you going to get up that one time? That one time, that 2 times, that 3 times? Whatever may happen to you. Thing is with dreams is we gotta chase them. We gotta put in the hard work. We had to put in the hard work to chase our dreams. Now I know what you're thinking. What does Space Mountain have to do with dream chasing? And how can I get to where I want to be based on my dreams? You need to take the steps to climb the ladder. The ladder is multiplicity and many different things, whether it's the arts, the sciences, the literature, and mind. The thing is, when it comes down to Space Mountain, it feels like you're being able to be lifted free and enjoy life. The ride makes you feel so many different things. The chase, the adrenaline, the happiness that is coming with both those feelings. Space Mountain has nothing to do with this. But the story's not there, but the feeling is. The story may be something you can make up in your mind, but the metaphor of Space Mountain is don't give up. Chase your dreams. And, well, feel the adrenaline and the happiness and the joy that comes with it. Thank you for my application. Let's continue forward. Thank you very much, Logan Store. Thank you very much. There's Worldview contacts and Disneyland rides. There'll be more rides in the future, so keep an eye out for those. Also, the mission is 1,000 subscribers. You guys can help me get there by hitting the share, like, and subscribe button under the screen. Also, hit that bell. Leave a comment if you can, too. Also, try to hit my Patreon. At least consider it. Thank you again, and peace.